My neglectful parents stole my college fund to buy a car for my brother and told me to just suck it up, but instead I reported them and disappeared without a single word. I started saving money when I was 11. My neighbor paid me $15 every Saturday to mow his lawn. I kept every dollar in a shoebox under my bed. By 13, I was walking dogs after school. By 15, I got my first real job bussing tables at a diner 3 miles from my house. Biked there in the rain, in the snow, didn't matter. My parents never asked where I went, never asked why I came home smelling like grease at 11 p.m. on school nights. They were too busy with my brother. He was the miracle baby. Mom was told she couldn't have more kids after me, so when he came along, they treated him like he was made of gold. I remember being 8, saving up birthday money for a Game Boy. Took me a whole year. The day I finally had enough, my brother saw it and threw a tantrum. He was 5. My mom took the money out of my hands and bought it for him instead. Told me I was older and should know better. That was the day I learned nobody was going to protect what was mine except me, so I hid everything. Every dollar I earned went into that shoebox, then into a locked drawer I bought from a thrift store for $7. I kept a notebook tracking every deposit, every shift, every sacrifice. By 17, I had $1,400 saved. I used to count it every Sunday night. It was my ticket out. My brother, meanwhile, never worked a single day. Got his first car at 16, a used Honda. Totaled it within 4 months street racing with his friends. My parents didn't punish him. They bought him another one. Second car lasted 8 months before he wrapped it around a guardrail driving drunk. Walked away without a scratch. My parents said he was lucky to be alive and bought him a third. I was taking double shifts to save for college. He was destroying cars like toys. When he turned 19, he announced he wanted a BMW. Not just any BMW, a $42,000 3 Series from a dealership downtown. He showed my parents the listing at dinner like it was a business proposal. My dad laughed, said, "We can't afford that, buddy." My brother's face went dark. He didn't throw a tantrum like when we were kids. He just went quiet. That scared me more. 3 days later, I came home from a double shift. My feet were aching. I just wanted to shower and sleep, but something felt wrong the second I walked into my room. The drawer was open. The shoebox was on my bed, empty. I tore my room apart, checked every corner. Nothing. $1,400 gone. I found the receipt crumpled in the kitchen trash. Down payment on a vehicle. $1,400 exactly. My brother's name printed on the title. My hands were shaking when I walked into the living room. My parents were watching TV like nothing happened. My brother was on his phone, smirking. I asked them where my money was. My mom didn't even look up. She said we needed it for your brother's car. I said that was my college fund. 6 years of work. My dad finally turned around. He looked annoyed, like I was being dramatic. He said, "Consider it rent. You've lived here 18 years for free." I looked at my brother. He jingled his new keys at me and said, "Thanks for the ride, loser." Something in me shut off. I didn't scream, didn't cry, didn't beg. I just felt this cold clarity wash over me. I smiled and said, "You know what? You're right. I overreacted. Sorry for making a scene." My mom looked relieved. My dad nodded and turned back to the TV. My brother laughed. They thought they won. That night I didn't sleep. I pulled out every pay stub I'd ever saved. Every bank deposit slip from when I briefly had an account. Every page of my notebook documenting 6 years of work. Next morning, I walked into the police station before school. Told them my parents stole $14,300 from me. Showed them everything. The receipts, the documentation, the pay stubs proving I earned every dollar. The officer asked if I was sure I wanted to do this. "They're your parents." I said they stopped being my parents the day they decided I was worth less than a car. Filed the report, gave my statement, then went to school and took my AP exams like nothing happened. 2 weeks later, I got my acceptance letter. Full scholarship to a program 4 states away. I'd applied months ago and never told anyone. The morning I left, I woke up at 4 a.m., packed everything I owned into 2 garbage bags, didn't leave a note, didn't say goodbye. I walked out the front door at 5:15 a.m. My brother's BMW was sitting in the driveway. I didn't even look at it. Changed my number that afternoon, blocked everyone, deleted social media, vanished. 3 weeks later, I got a call from an unknown number. Almost didn't answer. Something told me to pick up. It was the detective assigned to my case. He wanted to update me. My parents had been charged with felony theft over $10,000. They tried to argue it was a family matter. The judge didn't care. The documentation was airtight. But here's the part that made me smile for the first time in weeks. As part of the restitution order, my brother's BMW was repossessed and sold. The money went directly into a trust for me that my parents can never touch. The detective asked if I wanted to send a message to my family. I said no. I already said everything I needed to say when I walked out that door.